Detroit Lions fans, hours before week 1, Green Bay Packer belt to ass, we get breaking news. In a moment to where I'm gonna be honest, Steve, I was in a bad way. I was in a bad mental space, and we get this breaking news. So, Steve, like, hit the subscribe button, become a member, all of the things. I don't even got time for that right now. Tell the people what we're talking, Steve.
William, I'm going to tell you this. It's way past my bedtime. All right. You did a little segment last year during the summer when you were coaching called Midnight Madness. Is this Midnight Madness 2.0? It is 11:30. My bedtime was 3 hours ago. All right. Football's got me staying up all night. Michigan game ends, heartbreaking loss, tough one to swallow. I jump in bed. I get a text from Will. I should have just let it go, Will. I should have just said, I'll check that one in the morning, but it's late. It must be something important. Breaking news. I got to be quiet too. My daughter's sleeping. Breaking news. JMO, 3 years, 86 million,
83.
$83 million a year, guaranteed. What is it? 67 million guaranteed. Another one of these massive deals getting signed right before the season. Will, good news. I love the signing. JMO's a Lion for 3 more years. I think he's going to be a superstar, William. So I think that this is a value deal right now.
Steve, the first thing that I'll say is hats off to Brad Holmes, because we've been saying it. I think JMO's about to have a breakout season. And the worry has been here at Detroit Den 313 that if Brad didn't make this deal happen, that the price was only.
It's going to skyrocket.
It's going to skyrocket. So, Steve, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So we're looking at 27 mil, almost 28 mil a season over this 3-year span. Steve, how do you feel about that number?
It's big. It's a big number. It's a big number. But I think after this season, that number would have been north of 30. So that's why I say that it's a value deal right now. Listen, JMO hasn't played a full season, and he put together 1,000 yards with 8 touchdowns last year with missing some time. This kid plays 17 games, 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns isn't even going to be a problem, Will. So what's the contract going to look like for that? It's going to be 32 to 35 million somewhere. I'm shocked because I thought that if any news was going to happen tonight, if you'd have told me, hey, a Detroit Lions player is getting signed tonight, JMO wouldn't have been my first pick, because I know that there's been some rumblings of Hutchinson getting signed and some stuff getting worked out there. So I'm shocked that this happens literally less than 24 hours before we take on the Packers. But I think it's a good deal. It's a high number, but that number is going to be higher. Like, we signed St. Brown. He was the highest paid wide receiver in the league for a bag of chips. We signed Jared Goff to a big deal. He was the highest paid quarterback in the league for 5 seconds. We signed Penei Sewell. He was the biggest contract out there for 8 seconds. Like, we're getting value deals. I think that this falls right into that range for Brad Holmes, where it looks like a lot now, but if you look at what he's going to do potentially this season with 1,400 plus yards, 8 to 12 touchdowns, the value that you could have spent 30 plus on him after this season, this is a good deal.
So, Steve, playing devil's advocate, because I know people are going to be saying it in the comments, you're giving a guy almost $28 million a season, $83 million over the next 3 years, who doesn't typically play full seasons, whether it's because when he came in originally he was injured, whether it's gambling, whether it's other types of mischief, I'll say, so to speak. Do you have any concerns on that end? Would it have been better for, because I've seen people put in the comments, man, he's got to show me this season that he can have a clean season, and then I'll give him that money maybe. So, Steve, do you have any of those apprehensions?
No, because all the things you listed, he hasn't missed time because of health, other than his rookie season where it was a known thing. Hey, we're getting drafted, or he's getting drafted. We know he's going to miss half the season. All right. All the other stuff has been immaturities. It's been immaturities, but I think that that's getting cleaned up. I think he's had a stern talking to from hopefully someone in his inner circle that he listens to, maybe someone on the team that he respects. But If this were a question of health, I would be concerned. But we just got to clean up some off the field stuff, and I feel like that's in the past. I'm really hoping that this is in the past, and we're turning over a new leaf here. I'm not concerned at all. Will, what ballpark are you in?
I'm in the ballpark of I'm thinking the man. I wanted to. I think that he is one of the. I say top 15, top 15 receivers. But Steve, when I look at this contract, when I look at this contract, and you start going through this list of players, Steve, he's right at DJ Morris getting 27.5 mil a season. Right, that's the 13th ranked prior to JMO getting signed at 27.5 mil a season. Uh, I would much rather have JMO than DJ. And as I'm looking through that list, 25 mil a season for Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle 28, T. Higgins 28, Tyreek Hill 28, Brandon Ayuk 30 million a season. Like, you're right, we got a deal. If somebody is paying Brandon Ayuk 30 million a season, then we got a deal with JMO, in my opinion, Steve. Uh, 30 mil for St. Brown. So I do think that there's a deal here when you say you can't pay him more than St. Brown. But I do think if he went absolutely bananas this season, he might have said, "Hey, listen, I know my boy's got a deal. That was his business. That was prior to our dealings. The prices have only went up." He might have been trying to negotiate something wild. So again, I'm thankful that we got this deal done with what we have. But Steve, I got another question. As I look through this list, he's getting paid as a top 12, top 13 receiver in the NFL. Do you believe that he ranks that high in the NFL corpses of receivers?
Mm. Oh boy, well, it's late at night. I was ready for bed, and here we are, just firing off hot questions, huh?
Mm,
um, I'll say yes, and I think you were probably expecting me to say no.
mm,
I think he's right on the fringe there of top 12. When I think of players who, when you touch a football, you don't know what's going to happen. He's got that Tyreek Hill type explosiveness. I really think he does. I think he's a well-rounded wide receiver who's been working on his game as a rookie. I think potentially he could be better than Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill at his prime was an absolute juggernaut to deal with. So now if you're throwing him into that category of get the football in his hands and magic happens, send him on some deep routes and throw him up the ball. I put him in that same category, Will. So I think without a doubt, like he's not a Justin Jefferson, he's not a Jamar Chase, he's not a CD Lamb. But if you start going from 4 to 12, I think I can throw JMO in that mix of somewhere in that range of players that are still in their prime. Like Mike Evans, great wide receiver. He's not in his prime anymore. I think JMO is definitely a top 12 wide receiver.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're frozen, but we can hear you.
All right, perfect. So yeah, I got a good look there to my frozenness, so I'm good with it. But yeah, the bottom line is I'm with you, Steve. And then when I look at this list, I'm looking at Garrett Wilson getting 32 million a season. So the bottom line is J Mo is going to prove this season what he is. There's no questions about it, and I'm excited for it. I'm here for it. I think that 1,000 yards is going to be dang near automatic long as he plays all season. I'm looking for him to do something crazy. I said it in a previous episode. I think he's getting more yards than St. Brown. Now, St. Brown is going to crush him in receptions. Like, it's not even going to be close. St. Brown's getting all of the receptions. But when J-Mo gets it in his hands, he's taking it to the house.
He's absolutely electric. Will, like I can't think of a player in the league right now where, like, if we're talking about Garrett Wilson, like who's throwing him the ball? Justin Fields. I don't consider Justin Fields like a true pocket passer, spread it out, dropping dimes in the bucket like Jared Goff can do. I think Justin Fields is more of a mobile slash running back quarterback. But well, when I just look at the offense, I can't think of an offense that's set up better than the Detroit Lions. Like our foundation is locked in. Our offensive line is young. Penei Sewell is on a long-term contract. So we're talking going forward. What are you going to eventually need? A guard and a tackle? Like you're pretty set there. So to get this deal done sooner rather than later benefits the Lions. I kind of feel like we're biting the bullet a little too long on this Aiden Hutchinson contract because I think that Micah Parsons deal just absolutely reset the market in a negative way. But he's going to get signed, so I'm not even worried. I know everyone's going to say, "Well, you can't pay everyone." Well, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are living proof that you can pay everyone somehow. There's some creative ways to get some deals done because they're signing guys, trading for guys, picking up guys a minute before, like the Zadarius Smith signing the other day. So there's ways that we're going to get the Brian Branches, the Gibbs, Laportas, the Hutchinsons. We're going to get all of our guys signed and taken care of. Are you worried about that at all?
I'm not worried about it at all, man. I'm not worried about contracts because I trust Brad. That's really what it boils down to. I trust Brad to uh, figure out a way to get as many of the guys that we can signed and locked in as Detroit Lions. Bottom line.
Yeah, I think we're going to be good. Like long term, this is a great deal. It's a bargain for now. I think at the end of the year, again for the 14th time, we got a discount on JMO. Maybe a little hometown discount. I think he likes being in Detroit. I think he likes being here, even though we've had some character issues in the beginning. And I thought, the Detroit Lions media or the Detroit media is going to run this kid out of town. He's not going to want to be here with some of the bad publicity he was getting. But I think as a player, JMO loves being part of the Detroit Lions.
I think he loves being a part of the Detroit Lions. I think he loves being a part of Detroit, the city of Detroit. And I think it's proven because if he was after the dollars, he could have went and got more dollars. He could have held out this season. And I don't mean held out not playing. I mean, he could have waited, played out of his mind this season, and then look to get more money either from the Detroit Lions or another team. So uh, I'm looking forward to more backpack deals and situations out there for him doing charities for the kids around the city of Detroit and just around the state of Michigan. And I'm looking forward to him. Like I said, playing out of his mind this season and showing the world that he's a top 10 receiver, man, because that's truly what I think he is. Maybe that's a hot take, but I think we have two top 10 receivers, and I think we got two top 5 running backs.
It's crazy. Our offense is absolutely loaded and a top offensive tackle and a top 10 quarterback. So this offense has no reason to struggle. We'll find out here in a couple hours, Will. We got a kickoff here in about 16 hours from now. So anything else for tonight?
Hey, after Packers.
Stick around, hit that like button. We'll be back later with another show.
Peace.